Grrr!
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Today we would like to present to you one of the most iconic films of all time, Titanic. But first, our outline. We will start with a summary of the movie, then we will continue with the characterization of the main characters, then we will do an interview with Leonardo DiCaprio, then film review, awards, and finally sources. Titanic is a romantic drama film directed by James Cameron and released in 1997. The movie begins in the present day with a treasure hunter named Brock Loward searching for a valuable diamond believed to be lost with the Titanic. While searching the wreckage, he discovers a sketch of a young woman wearing the diamond, drawn by Jack. This prompts an elderly woman named Rose to visit Loward and tell him the story of her journey on the Titanic and how she met Jack. The story shifts then to 1912, where Rose, a young woman from a wealthy family, is engaged to Carl Hockley, a wealthy businessman, to save her family from financial ruin. On board the Titanic, she meets Jack, a struggling artist who wins a ticket to board the ship in a card game. They soon fall in love, but their romance is hindered by Carl's jealousy and his efforts to keep them apart. As the Titanic strikes an iceberg and begins to sink, Rose and Jack struggle to survive while being chased by Carl and his men. Ultimately, Jack sacrifices his own life to save Rose, and she survives to tell the story of their love. Rose David Bukater is a young woman from a wealthy family who feels trapped by societal expectations into arranged marriage. She is a strong-willed, independent woman who falls in love with Jack and defies her family's wishes to be with him. Throughout the movie, we see her character grow and develop as she learns to stand up for herself and fight for what she wants.
No! I said no!
Jack Dawson is a poor artist with a free spirit and love for adventure. He wins a ticket to board the Titanic in a card game and meets Rose. He is portrayed as a selfless hero as he sacrifices his own life to save Rose from drowning. Jack's character represents the values of freedom and love as he challenges social norms and follows his dreams.
Interview with Leonardo DiCaprio.
Hello.
Hello, Leonardo. Thank you for taking the time to talk with us.
Of course, happy to be here.
You played Jack Dawson in Titanic. You become one of the most iconic characters in the movie history. How did you approach the character?
Well, I saw Jack as a free spirit, someone who was unencumbered by the social norms of his time. He's a guy who has a thirst of adventure and passion for life. I try to embody that in my performance.
Your chemistry with Kate Winslet, who played Rose, was undeniable. Can you talk about your working relationships with her?
Kate is one of the most talented actors I've ever worked with. We were both really committed to making the relationship between Jack and Rose believable. And I think that it comes across on screen. We had a lot of fun together.
Titanic went on to become one of the most beautiful movies of our time, winning 11 Oscars. Did you have any idea that the role would be such a huge hit when you were filming it?
Honestly, no. We knew we were making something special, but we had no idea it would come as massive as it did. It's really humbling and gratifying to know that people still love the movie after all these years.
Titanic deals with so many heavy themes, including class inequality, love and tragedy. What do you think is the most important message of the movie?
For me, the message of Titanic is about the power of love and idea that you can transcend any obstacle, even death. It's also a reminder of the importance of living life to the fullest, because you never know when it might be taken away from you.
Do you have a favorite scene from the movie?
That's tough, there are so many great scenes, but if I had to choose one, I would say the King of the World scene, where Jack and Rose stand at the bow of the ship. It's such an iconic moment, and it really captures the sense of adventure and excitement that the characters are feeling.
Good. Thank you so much for speaking with us, Leonardo. It's been a pleasure.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
One of the film's greatest strengths is its incredible attention to detail, which brings the historical setting to life. The costumes, sets and special effects are all created to transport the viewer back in time and create an immersive experience. Another strength of the movie is the superb acting by the cast, particularly Winslet and DiCaprio, who gave powerful and emotional performances that make their characters feel real and relatable. Finally, the film's epic soundtrack, composed by James Horner, is an essential part of its emotional impact, with haunting and beautiful melodies that perfectly capture the mood of each scene. While the film is undeniably a masterpiece, it does have some weaknesses. For example, the romantic plotline between Rose and Jack can be seen as cliched and predictable, and some of the dialogue can be overly melodramatic at times. Another criticism of the film is its length, which at over 3 hours can feel exhausting for some viewers, and some of the action scenes can drag on for too long. Director James Cameron intended to create a historical epic that would immerse viewers in the experience of the Titanic's ill-fated voyage and the tragic love story at its center. He wanted to pay tribute to the real people who were affected by the disaster, while also creating a timeless love story that would capture the hearts of audiences. Overall, I highly recommend Titanic to anyone who enjoys epic historical dramas or romantic movies. Despite its flaws, the film is a powerful and emotional experience that has stood the test of time and remains one of the most iconic movies of all time. If you haven't seen it yet, be sure to add it to your watch list.
The film Titanic, released in 1997, won a total of 11 Academy Awards (Oscars), including Best Picture, Best Director James Cameron, Best Original Song My Heart Will Go On by Celine Dion, and Best Visual Effects. It also received numerous other awards and nominations, including Golden Globe Awards, BAFTA Awards, and Grammy Awards.
These are our sources we used to make the presentation. So have a good day and bye.